called Excel. Thank you for joining me. This is a continued conversation pertaining to 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers missing out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, West Tennessee, for those of you who are not familiar with this story. There's new information pertaining to a press release that was given yesterday by local authorities that glasses were found. And where were they found? Some of us are curious because that was not mentioned. What do the police know pertaining to this case? Evidentiary material, data, CCTV footage, eyewitness testimony, and the motive, if indeed this is foul play of a boy child. Was autism the motive? Did his parents unalive him because he became too much to deal with? Was he combative, unruly? We're going to chop all that up during this live stream. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you'd like to donate to this great network, $BigAngie 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are welcome during the live stream. This is live number 2. Later this evening or possibly tomorrow, we will dig into the belly to beat of violent children, parents who have unruly children. Some may be developmentally delayed, some may be autistic. We're going to talk about this issue because it's a subject that many people may not know much about. I don't know much about autistic children or adults. So we're going to go into the belly of the beast and later talk about dealing with violent children and what is the method to solving the problem of violent children, dealing with violent children. Because I did a little research earlier and I learned some things about autistic children, that they like water. Some may like water, some like to wander off. And I was wondering why some people would, question that. And that was something I saw in the Google search, that some like to wander, and that you could see that for yourself. So did the child wander off? That's also been a question. But right now we're going to talk about the glasses. So law enforcement, are you trying to tell us something about the boy child? Where did you find the glasses? Lord have mercy, give it a rest. Where did you find the glasses? Near his home, outside his home, in the 5-mile radius of searching for him? Which direction? East, west, north, south? Construction sites where allegedly there was a scent by dogs, a dog. Was it near water, a pond? Was it near that pond that you all drained? Where did you find the glasses? Because we're curious. Where were they found? And what is the significance of the glasses? Do they belong to Sebastian Rogers? That was not mentioned. Because people are going to ask these questions. So I had to re-listen to the live presser again. The glasses were found days ago. Where were they found? What condition were they found in? What condition? Broke? Glass broke? Stem broke? Broken in half? What color are they? And do they belong to Sebastian? And as Vinny Politan has said, please check out his latest upload on his channel. Shouldn't take that long to do the DNA to decide if they belong to Sebastian Rogers. You can compare them to his biological mother and biological father. So will we find out that the glasses belong to the boy child? So then if we find that out, the plot thickens. Where were they found and the shape they were in? Does he have more than one pair of glasses? Because that's something we never heard. When we heard that he left this house, his mother assumed he left his home. Left without shoes, left without a coat, but he wore glasses. So did he wear his glasses on this venture in the AM? We have not heard that mentioned. And if Katie mentioned it, I don't know anything about it. So Katie, we're going to ask you, did your son leave behind also his glasses? He didn't wear a coat. He didn't wear shoes. All shoes accounted for. Did he leave behind a pair of glasses. How many glasses does he own? Because if he only owns one pair, then we're going to ask you, did he leave behind his glasses? You say he isn't known to wander, but some autistic children wander as toddlers, wander as teenagers. Also, they say they can wander if they feel threatened. But you say he never wandered. But as I tell people, anything's possible, right? You can't say a person can't wander. It's unheard of because he has a free-thinking mind. So he could have wandered off, walked out the door, saw something up, looked out the window, something piqued his interest. Could that be the case? But then, as Vinnie Politan said, if he wandered off, why wouldn't he return? Of course. Why would he not return? You wouldn't return unless you felt threatened. You're walking or running for your life. And I would assume if my life was threatened, I ain't walking out. I'd run out. Where is this boy child? And do law officials have something concrete to aid their investigation? Because right now it's more investigative, as they've told us in that presser. We are looking for him. Don't get it twisted. We are looking for him. You may not see us visually, but we are currently looking for him. We have not forgotten about him. So where are the roads leading to pertaining to Sebastian Rogers in this investigative dilemma? What are the Proudfoots saying now about the presser? What do they have to say about that? Hell, what do you have to say about what Vinnie Politan had to say? Because Vinnie Politan, he gave us the business last night, did he not? I just can't understand. Well, Vinnie, you're not alone. Neither can I. Nothing makes sense, but that's the point, is it not? If there is a crime, it's not supposed to make sense. When you don't know anything and know all the details, it can't make sense, or it won't make sense. Such as with the Riley Strain case. You don't know what happened to a 22-year-old, so you can't make sense of it. You're pondering and thinking and hallucinating on what happened, but you weren't there, so you don't know. So move on over to Hendersonville. It's the same situation. You don't know. What to believe, what to think. Somebody knows something. Oh, I believe that. I believe somebody knows exactly what happened to Sebastian Rogers. And I got a feeling that it's somebody right close to his domain where he was living. And as Vinnie Politan said, and I said it in my last live, what if the child decides to show up, wander back home, held hostage, or somebody was hiding him out, he was let go, he's going to return to an empty house. And for all we know, these nimwits changed the code to get into the house. Why not? Because we don't know them. We don't know the child. We don't know their parents. We don't know anything about this story. So far, what you're getting is he said, she said, pertaining to a Nina Gomez. And as law officials said, what you're hearing on social media is not the truth, has not been verified as the truth. So you're entitled to your opinion of gossip, rhetoric, versions pertaining to the Proudfoots and this boy child, and evidentiary material of scents and dogs and so on and so forth. And as I said before in my live, it is very tragic that law officials have to say this to individuals who should have common sense pertaining to a true crime case. But this comes with true crime. As I was looking at a video earlier pertaining to the 2 women missing in Oklahoma, lo and behold, here are the comments. They didn't mention nothing about custody and da-da-da-da-da-da. I saw on Facebook, the mom-in-law likes guns. There you have it. Always somebody digging, is it not? Somebody will go dig up a Facebook profile and they have got to bring you the good news. He said and she said, and he said this and he did this and they said this and the mama said this and the daddy said this. It's always something. And he's friends with such and such and she's friends with such and such and the grandmama likes guns and this, that, and the other. The grandmama has custody of the children. They just go on and on and on. And we as people feed into it sometimes. And then we get disappointed when we find out there's no truth or validity to what the fuck we thought we heard or what we heard or what we think. And I see it in the chat all the time. That's why I don't really like talking about true crime. Because it's always the same rhetoric, is it not? Now somebody's going to start talking about the glasses. Give them time. I say I give them to 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The glasses were found here. Where'd you get that from? I don't know. I heard it on the channel. Where'd he get it from? I don't know. Pookie told him, Bubba told him, Susie Mae told him. This is why talking about true crime is depressing. Not just that a person is missing, not just that a person has been found deceased, not just how they died was vicious, but the buffoonery that comes with it. Because people actually believe the things they hear on social media pertaining to a crime that they don't know nothing about, and the person who they got the information from, they don't know a damn thing about the story. And it's terrible because somebody has been harmed, somebody is missing, and you need facts. And law officials cannot waste their time on rhetoric, gossip, dreams, spirit boxes, tarot card readings, and stupidity. So what do you believe in this story? Besides the gossip. What's actually factual? That a whole child is missing. That's what we know that's factual. He has not been seen allegedly by the parents and relatives and the school about what, coming up 6 weeks or more. Glasses have been found, but they're not telling us where they were found and if they belong to this child. So law officials, when are you going to enlighten us about the glasses? Do they belong to the boy child or not? What else do you know about this case? Do you have suspects? Do you have suspects in mind? Have you found some untruths in the commentary about the parents? Which parents? Have you called them back in to talk? Which naturally, as you said, it is normal for us to call them back in. We're investigating. Exactly. But will we eventually hear that one of the parents has lawyered up and refused to talk? Because I got a feeling that's going to come next. And we have seen this so many times in true crime cases. Everybody was cooperative in the beginning, because you surely told us that. They are cooperative. They were cooperative in the beginning. But the beginning ain't the middle, and the middle ain't the end. So will these people continue to be cooperative, the Proudfoots? Where are they exactly? How is everything working out in their favor? Mississippi, Tennessee, wherever they are. How do they feel about this development of glasses found? Maybe they already knew and never told us. I don't know. You'd be surprised what people know and they don't tell in a podcast. Checkmate. What if they already knew about the damn glasses being found and they actually do belong to SEBASTIAN ROGERS? And they forgot to mention that during their little escapades here on YouTube. Oh, my. Would that shock some of you? Some would say, now, Angie, you know the police wouldn't dare tell them they found the boy's glasses. I don't know. You'd be surprised what law officials will say just to get a reaction out of you. Imagine that. Now. So Mr. and Mrs. Proudfoot, how long have you known about the glasses being found days ago? Did they tell you day one, day two? Have you decided just not to mention it? Or did you hear about it during the present? I'm curious. Just asking. What have they been asking you all? I'm curious. What do they know about this case they have not revealed to the public? Have they found material that doesn't add up to what has been told to them by either parent? Times, locations, phone pings. Oh, mercy. Imagine the phone pings. Because as I said, if this is a nefarious deed, one has possibly forgotten something. May not have the body, but you don't know what else they forgot to do. Because it happens all the time, true crime. Somebody forgot to turn off a phone. Somebody bought potato chips at a gas station along the way of disposing a body. Somebody stopped at Burger King, IHOP, Waffle House. Somebody had to get gas on their journey if they went a little ways out, needed to fill up or put gas back in their car in returning home. Oh, my. As I always say, pertaining to true crime, 50 ways to kill a person, 100 ways to get caught. Now, some might say, now, Angie, you're rushing the gun. Oh, no, never. I'm just giving you facts. Is the boy child alive? Hidden out? And then one would say, well, why would someone want to hide him out? Which parent would have the audacity to hide this boy child? For what reason? What would be the motive hiding him out? Allegations of custody exchange coming summer with reason for a parent to hide him out. Seth, Mrs. Proudfoot, play a dirty game with the other parent. I'll show him or her. Autism. Talk about a motive. If indeed this is nefarious business. Who is Sebastian Rogers? What type of child is he? Happy child? Or discontent child? Don't like his life, family, surroundings, home, acted out verbally, physically. Did he ever act out toward his parents? Physically, you understand? Curse, use derogatory language, have a fit, tantrum, fall out on the floor, became unmanageable. And the parents said, the hell with this. I can't take this any longer. Don't want to be dealing with this type of behavior. Life's too short. Who is the child? Because you see, that's how you get to the bottom of an investigation. Dot all I's, cross all T's. You need to know who Sebastian Rogers is. You need to know who Katie Proudfoot is. You need to know who Chris Proudfoot is. And you also need to know who Seth Rogers is. That is how you get to the bottom of what happened to this 15-year-old boy. You can't have one without the other. Autism is the motive, is it? The child was unruly, combative, too much to deal with, too hard to deal with. I want my freedom. to Rome. Mr. and Mrs. Proudfoot, is the boy alive or not? Please tell us something. Oh, that's right. If it's foul play, no way would you ever say, yes, I murdered my child. Because there's no logical reason to murder a child now, is it? Unless it was in self-defense. Oh, shit. Did the child become unruly? Attack the mother, father, stepfather? One thing led to another, a struggle, bumped his head, hit him over the head. What happened? Or just got fed up, wanted out. Because you see, people kill children, and the children don't have to be disruptive, combative, bipolar, ADHD, autism, Asperger's syndrome. Oh, the list is long. I don't want to be a parent. Not to that one anyway. And we've seen that happen, have we not? Children being murdered by their parents, caretakers, but the other children are walking around just fine. Imagine that. Oh my goodness, he killed this kid. Why? What do I always tell you? Don't ask why, ask why not. I did it because I could. I don't need your permission. I murdered my baby because I wanted to. Because I wanted to. I don't need your permission. I checked out. Is this a case of checking out? Number one, to spot a parent. Alleged custody by Mr. Seth. No longer getting funds if indeed the mother got funds for the child. Or is it a combination of all of the above? Custody issues, no more funds, tired of dealing with them, just to fuck with it. We learned that Mr. Proudfoot is not the best person to be a parent. Allegedly, he's violent with children. So, did he ever change? Or he's the same, and he was not so kind to the boy child. Hell, probably not kind to Katie either, or anybody else. Did he hurt this boy child? Was there a fight, a struggle? One profiler believes there was. That person's entitled to their opinion. Was there a struggle in that house? Was it premeditated for whatever reason? I don't want to be his mommy anymore. I don't want to be his stepdaddy. We want to bring that other kid in, Faith. That ain't gonna happen. Believe that. That ain't gonna happen. And as I said before in my video last weekend, swapping of a lamb for another lamb. Did they think they get a better kid, a better version, a child we know? Chris didn't want. He don't want Faith. It's a dirty game with Nina. Swap a lamb for a lamb. And as I said in that last live, perhaps Sebastian was the sacrificial lamb, if he's not alive, for this lamb called Faith. That's deep, Queen. I know. Because you see, you don't know people. You'll try to dissect it 1,000 ways, come up with all these crazy ideas of what happened to Sebastian, but you don't know. You have no idea. Because you really don't know the Proudfoots, and you don't know Seth. You don't know Nina. You don't know the other wives. You don't know their family members. You only know what somebody has told you. And what you always have to remember with bad news, it's probably way worse than what you've been told and what you think. is going on. If the boy child is not alive, what was the motive? Autism. Could autism drive you to kill your child? He won't listen. He's all over the place, doing stuff, touching people. He's always in people's faces. Oh, Chris, I read that in Google. So funny you should mention that. That's why you whipped him one time with a belt. Thank you. Thank you, Google. Too close, too close, too close. All up in people's personal space. People don't like that. Indeed, they don't. Some of us. Maybe you couldn't get along with the autistic child, developmentally delayed child, because some people can't. You see, a lot of people will tell you, oh, I would never want a developmentally delayed child. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I have the patience. I don't think I could do this. Nothing wrong with that. But you don't know until you get in that position, right? Of course. I don't want to work with them. I don't want to live around them. You see the faces sometimes in public when the children are out. Teenagers, small children, adults that are developmentally delayed, people get nervous. They kind of flinch when they get close to them. Have you done that? Have you? Yeah, I'm talking to you. You in that little box right there. Have you done that? Flinched. When a developmentally delayed person approached you, wanted to touch you, wanted to shake your hand, he said hello, she said hello, and sometimes they are all up in your face, want to touch you, and you flinched because it makes you feel uncomfortable. Now imagine that same touchy-feely person is living in a house where he's not wanted. Checkmate. Get away from me. Get out of my face. Stop touching me. Y'all in my face. Get on somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. Go read a book. Go play with your snake. Katie, I don't know how much more I can take of this. But on the road all day for weeks, you know, hey, I want to rest, want to watch TV, want to watch sports. This kid's getting on my nerve. He don't listen. Sick of this shit. What is this nonsense about? He doesn't take nice pictures? Is that true? Dear God, please tell me, who the hell told that? Please bring the queen a receipt. No more gossip. Just bring me a receipt. Are there pictures around the house of this kid and with the family? Did they take family photographs, Christmas photos, Easter photos, birthday photos, barbecues, bar mitzvahs, so on and so forth? Because sometimes that tells a story about pictures. A lot of people don't have pictures out of their children, grandchildren, for whatever reason. You know, you don't want to be judgmental. Some people have that Zen look. They don't want a lot of clutter, knickknacks, or maybe they're just disconnected. And when you're disconnected, you probably won't have pictures of people. Hell, people go without their wedding rings on, and they're actually in the marriage. They woke. As I said before, there's so many things you can digest in these type of stories. And the only person that knows the truth is the perpetrator, plural, and the victim. And usually, the victim can't talk. So that leaves a problem, a very big problem. And that's where our investigators, TBI, FBI, CIA comes into it. I got to mention why CIA is involved. Thank you, Google. Vinnie Politan mentioned it last night, too. You see, the CIA has partnered with the Missing Exploited Child Network many moons ago. So they help aid them in investigating missing children, exploited children. So when you heard the sheriff mention that during the presser yesterday, that is why. The CIA has partnered with that network, Missing Exploited Child Network, and they've been partnered for some years now. So in case you were curious, they have a understanding. Lordy me. So not only does the CIA work with financial crimes, securing safety for the president, national security, they work with our missing children, exploited children. So you can ask that question here. Are we talking about a missing child / exploited child / missing and or deceased child? Which is it? Is this boy alive or is he deceased? If he's deceased, who got him to be in that predicament? Is it Seth? Anybody related to Seth Rogers? Katie Proudfoot? Or Mr. Chris Proudfoot? Or possibly any of his henchmen? Because if we believe the stuff that Nina told us, well, my goodness. They could have had their family members do some dirty deeds to the boy child. Did that ever occur to anybody out there? If you believe Nina, of course. If you believe Ms. Gomez's allegations against Chris and her dealings with him and the Child Protective Services in court, judicial process, Chris ain't got no neighborly relatives. They the kind that don't mind going all out for you, if you know what I mean. So what if we find out that this is a conspiracy to get rid of and cover up the death of a boy child by the Proudfoot's family members, Mr. Chris, and also his wife. Chris, did you hurt that boy? Did you get your family help aid to get rid of that boy? Because your family seems to go all out in doing dirty shit. And if they'll do dirty shit for a little girl by the name of Faith, they'll do some dirty shit for Sebastian Rogers. Because what's the difference? See, foul is foul. A lot of people don't really understand. Because some people say that, you know. A narcissist, sociopath, psychopath does not necessarily make a killer, but a killer is usually a narcissist, sociopath, and psychopath. Checkmate. And which one are you, Mr. Proudfoot, Katie, them henchmen you got aiding you? Because I'm going to go ahead and say it now, and it just dawned on me while I'm sitting here during this live stream. If they're low down to aid in that bullshit you had going on with Nina about that little girl, they would do it for you in this case if you hurt Sebastian. And we don't know if you hurt him, the mother hurt him. It was an effort to get rid of him deliberately. Both of you in cahoots with unaliving the child and dumping his body. But you can best believe I could see you possibly going to your fucked up ass family and they would ride or die with your ass because they done already done it. Because they have already done it. You done it. Allegedly with Miss Gomez and that baby girl Faith. You show her what you made of. So if you could do it once, you could do it twice. Going to the courthouse gangster style. What did I tell y'all? You know, I love all people, but I kept it real. There's some dirty white folks. Hey. There's some dirty white hillbillies down there. And if they'll do it to that girl and that baby, they would do it for Sebastian. And drum roll, they'll do it for you. Yeah, I'm talking to you out there. Because I know y'all looking like, why she pointing at me? Oh, you all know who I'm talking to. You little meddling motherfuckers. You little meddling ass YouTubers. You little meddling ass TikTokers. Because you think, now listen closely. Maybe I better lean in. You think Chris Proudfoot wouldn't get them fucking hillbillies to knock you goofy motherfuckers off? He would, most definitely. If they done chased you, dummy, what else you think they're capable of? Say it again, Queen, because they don't hear you. If they will chase you, follow you around, watch, because they've been watching the whole time. Mess with that Nina girl when she was here. Keep the baby from her. Trifling as hell to do a child and a mother like that. What the fuck do you think they'll do to your ass? And what do you think the other people who are in cahoots with them would do to you? This is why I know people don't listen, because people are ornery as fuck, because you think you know everything. You have people who play reindeer games for a living. They get up on bullshit. They go to bed on bullshit. And they will aid their family members, friends in the abyss. And they don't care at what cost, because it has been done before and it will be continued to be done until people realize you cannot get involved in other people's personal affairs and you cannot help people do wrong because you like them or love them. Allegedly. We're talking about a missing boy who could not take care of himself. And he's autistic, so that makes it even worse. And I do not know how he navigated as an autistic child, so I can't speak on that. And nobody can, except for the people who know him. But nonetheless, he is missing. And there's something not right. Or as Vinnie Politan would say, or missed. You can say that times 5, okay? There is something amiss in this story. And it stinks. And it's how it looks, because that's all you got to go on. It's how it looks. And as Vinnie Politan said, sometimes things, ain't what it looks like. How a person acts. They may not actually be involved in a crime, but it just don't look good. So we could say that with this case, if that's your perception. The Proudfoots don't look good in the beginning. You're giving different versions to podcasters, which is a dangerous thing. And people are wondering, what is your fascination with talking to different podcasters? You're not talking to major news broadcast agencies, radio stations. And hey, nothing wrong with talking to a YouTuber, because I'm a YouTuber. But there comes a point when, as I've said this before in the Summer Wells case, how many fucking YouTubers are you going to talk to? How many times you gonna keep spinning the same story over and over? Oh my God, I forgot. You ain't been spinning the same story. You've been adding a little bit extra. The truth needs no explanation. The truth never changes. It never deviates. Mr. and Mrs. Proudfoot. Did somebody never tell you that? But this is what happens when you are ornery and you're full of yourself, thyself, and you're a narcissist, sociopath, psychopath. You've got to get the good word out. I've got to make these people believe me. I've got to show them I didn't hurt him. I don't know anything about this crime or where he is, or do you? And you're putting on for the camera because you do know where he is. And you're guilty as fuck. And you're trying to prove that to the public. Is that what's going on? That you know you don't look good. And you weren't looking good before Nina Gomez ever talked to the YouTuber. Let's make that clear. Before anybody knew about what allegedly happened between his ex-wife, Miss Gomez, baby girl Faith, her other children, what happened here in Hendersonville, Tennessee, with the family and Mr. Proudfoot, and Katie too. You already were in a bad light when you started changing up versions and talking to different YouTubers. You did that on your own with no assistance from anybody else. Because one, you didn't have to go talk to these YouTubers. You don't have to be on social media replying to people. You do not have to talk to people in your inbox. You do not have to respond to anything. And that one guy that's the lab who was talking to you, I don't really understand that conversation. He's asking you about abuse, and the only thing you can say is laugh out loud, because that's your persona, Mr. Proudfoot. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. And you have shown that. You're one of those people, you just wake up, take a shower, put your socks on, put your underwear on, but that's all you're about. That's all you're about. You don't feel anything. You don't care about anything. You could walk out in traffic right now and think that you would get up if you got hit by a motherfucking truck. You don't like women. You don't like children. Because you don't like Chris Proudfoot. Checkmate. You've had some trauma in your life, and it possibly started when you were an itty bitty spider. Because let me tell you something I found interesting, if I believe Miss Nina Gomez's testimony during that interview or her rendering of her life with you. The fact that when she had, your mother had the little girl, keeping her. She said that the mother, Kathy, didn't want the child to go over to your father's house. I found that strange. Why not? Kathy! Why didn't you want the baby to go over there to the daddy's house? Jealous of him and the other woman? What? You got a man yourself, so what's the problem? Help me understand. Or you know something that we are already figuring out, that he's violent. He's been violent. Probably was violent with you when you dated him, married, whatever y'all had going on. And you didn't want a baby to be in his possession unless you know something a little bit more sinister. Oh, I thought about that too. Now, don't mind me where I'm getting ready to take this. Kathy, do you know something else about Christopher's father that you are not wanting out to the public? I'm a good listener. See, I do something most people don't do with true crime. I listen. I listen to what's been said, and I listen to what has not been said. Kathy, I'm talking to you. Is there a reason why you did not want baby girl Faith to go over to the father's house, Christopher's biological father's house? Because I think there's a reason why you didn't want the baby there. And it could be just you wanted all the attention. You didn't want to share the little girl, even though Nina says you were part of the buffoonery and the conspiracy to keep the child. And that makes no sense because one minute you're saying, don't take the little girl over there. But then when Nina goes to your house or whomever's house to get the child, the father's house, she realizes being on the phone with you, you all are all in cahoots. So you were willing to sleep with the devil to keep this child from her mother, even though really I think you've got a problem with Chris's father and that wife. Oh, yeah. I'm a good listener. So I'm going to ask your ass again. What's your problem with the father, ma'am? Is it that you know he's abusive? Are you still pining for him? Mad that he got this woman? What is it? Or do you know that he does other things he ain't got no business doing? Has he touched children inappropriately? Yeah, I'm going there. Because you had a reason why you didn't want the little girl there, if I believe Nina's version. So let's just say this is all true, what she said about you not wanting the little girl over there. Why did you not want the child over there, ma'am? See, everything is relevant to getting to the truth about Sebastian. Every waking detail. Who his parents are, the stepfather, the stepfather's family, the schoolhouse, the children, the neighborhood, the neighbors, all relatives. They are relevant. Every stinking detail is relevant. Because I believe, and we have seen this with true crime time and time again, it is always deeper than what you're hearing. Because most people do not want their dirty secrets and laundry aired out, especially to social media. And as you have seen with all these stories you hear of allegations against a person, they do not want that shit out on Front Street. They do not want nobody telling a story or a version. They do not want them producing a receipt. They do not want people judging them. Even though they know they've done what they've done and they do not want to change. They don't want you to know. And I got a feeling this Chris Proudfoot, Katie Proudfoot bullshit is deeper than just a missing kid. There's some other funk laying around pertaining to Mr. Proudfoot and his family. You all better stay woke. Because anytime a person is willing to do wrong and aid a person in wrongdoing about children, you know there's something fucking wrong with them. And like I said, if they did it with Faith, they'll do it with Sebastian. They'll do it with anybody. And if a man has no problem with busting a child in the nose and the face, slapping them, hitting them, he'll do it to his own kid. Checkmate. So Faith is not safe in the hands of Mr. and Mrs. Proudfoot or his family. Because I believe, as I said last weekend, Faith would find herself gone. Yeah, I said that. She would find herself gone. Because there is no difference. Some would think that. No. The man's already told that woman he didn't want a kid with her. I believe it. And he would gladly knock that baby off to spite Nina Gomez. And I believe he's done it here with Sebastian. I'll show you what I can do. What did the Hulk used to say? You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Exactly. Katie might fear him, but she's riding that donkey ride. So that means she's complicit. Because you cannot ride in the abyss with people and then use that as an excuse when the shit hits the fan. I was scared. I was so scared. At some point, you got to buck up and get the hell out of Dodge. Because that's the point of saying you fear somebody. How far are you willing to go in being afraid? That you're willing to aid in murder, aid in abuse, aid in rape, aid in fraud? How far are you willing to go? And that's the question that I'm sure law officials are asking the Proudfoots, his relatives, Katie's relatives. We're not hearing much about them. Why not? We're hearing a lot of dirt about the Proudfoots, his extended relatives, but Katie. Where's your mother and father? Damn, just thought about that. Where are your parents? Hot damn it. What did I tell you all? It's always deeper than what you think and what you know. Katie, where are your parents, honey? Where are your parents? It just dawned on me. This child has been missing a month and a half almost, and your parents haven't even talked to the news? Oh, shit. Mm. Mm-hmm. Seth, where are your parents? Are they living? Your relatives, sisters, brothers? Have not heard from them? Katie, where are your brothers and sisters and parents? Why aren't they speaking about Sebastian? And Mr. Proudfoot, why aren't your parents talking about Sebastian Rogers? Checkmate. Exactly. See, I knew there was some shit when Katie said he didn't have any friends except for at school. I knew what time of day it was. You see, you have to listen, pay attention, because everything's in the details, you see. And that's the one thing nobody's talked about. Where are the relatives? Why is no one else speaking about Sebastian Rogers besides Seth? Hello? I don't hear anything. Did you say something? Chris, did you say something? While your relatives and parents are allegedly chasing YouTubers around and whoever else and stalking and lurking, Why aren't they talking about Sebastian? What type of child he is? We miss him. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this happened. Lord have mercy, where is he? If you got him, return him. Because hell, y'all ain't even saying that. Checkmate. Katie, where are your friends and relatives? Oh shit. Come on with it, Queen, they ain't ready. Katie, where are your relatives? Where are your friends? Where are your neighbors to stand up and vouch for you, stand in the gap for you? Chris, where are your parents? Where are your friends? Where are your co-workers? Damn, I can't believe this happened. Oh my God, his stepson is missing. Oh my God, he was such a great kid. Oh, he was such a funny kid. Oh. Ain't nobody saying nothing but Seth. Y'all don't find something wrong with this? I'll be damned. Yeah, maybe the school knows more too. So what does the school have to say about Sebastian Rogers? Is there somebody at the schoolhouse that could spit a subversion? I done told you y'all ain't paying attention. Everything you need to know is sitting right in front of you. Before Nina Gomez opened her mouth, it was already grim. Because ain't nobody talking about Sebastian in the here and the now. You see. He's this, he's that, he like to do this, da-da-da-da-da. We went to the school, we went to the mall. I mean, I ain't heard one motherfucker tell a story about when they took him swimming, when they took him to the pond, when they took him to the zoo, when they went to Disneyland. Are you woke now? I miss my baby. I want my baby home. Lord, please bring my baby home. I miss my baby. Jesus, where's my baby? If you got my baby, please bring him home. I miss him. We love him. Not nothing from Katie, not nothing from Chris, not nothing from his family, nothing from her family. Nothing leads to nothing because he was nothing to you. Checkmate. Thank you, Sammy. He was never nothing. That's why it was easy to get rid of him. As they say in the street, I ain't looking for something that I lost on purpose. What am I looking for him for? I didn't want him. Hell no, I ain't searching. For what? Do you go in the dumpster to search for your old shoes? That old raggedy sweater that got the holes in them? Do you go back in the dumpster and look and crawl and get it out? Hell no. Because I'm done. Benito. Out of sight is out of mind. And this happens even when you deal with people and they're living. You stop calling, they stop calling, eventually you move on. Whether you like them, love them, obsessed, pissed off, at some point, somebody folds, somebody has to move on. And you soon stop worrying about them, caring about them. You accept what is because it's no longer. You or they are no longer relevant. What is the truth about the glasses? Where were they found? And do they belong to this child? How many glasses did the child own? Are the glasses, or the ones that were found, if they belong to him, were they near the house? Were they in the 5-mile radius? Pond, construction site, outside the house, in the garbage can, under the house, what? Inside of a car, glove box, come on with it, queen, in the garage, in another room, in a box. Have they packed up his things? Have they thrown away his things? Have they gotten rid of his things? Because we know Mr. Proudfoot moves on when shit don't go his way. Ploop, 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 pack it up, throw it out, give it to the neighbors. Have they gotten rid of Sebastian's belongings? And before I check out of here, Mr. Proudfoot, calling Mr. Proudfoot, have you put that bed up that somebody gave you? Who is the somebody? And where is the bed? Still in the garage? Is it going into Sebastian's room? Are you going to remodel the room? Oh shit, come on with it, queen. They ain't ready for this. Looking kind of cute. Thank you, sweetheart. Mr. Proudfoot, Katie, when did you get that bed? Because I got a feeling you got the bed in this time frame of the child missing. And what I'm going to say is probably going to not sound really, really nice and dignified. Thank you, sweetheart. But I'm going to say it, and I might just do a live about it, because I want people to start thinking of the worst case scenario. Is anybody listening? You got the bed because you knew what has happened to Sebastian Rogers. You got the bed to redo the room or rooms. In your sick fucking mind, you thought you were going to be getting Faith. So you would, one, have her room set up or switched out, and the other room, drum roll, would be a guest room. Checkmate. Hot damn. Tell me I'm wrong. You got the bed because you were rearranging your house. Because you'd already gotten rid of baggage by the name of Sebastian Rogers. Tell me the queen is lying. That's why you got the bed. You were redoing the rooms. Because didn't you do that before? Out in California with a woman by the name of Nina Gomez. She's left me. I'm done. Get rid of her shit. Baby beds, everything. Fast forward, Hendersonville, Tennessee. I've gotten rid of this dead weight, this autistic kid that I was sick of, tired of, didn't want to take care of no more, didn't like, didn't love. Hell yeah, we get ready to redo the fucking house. Tell me I'm wrong. You see, Christopher, Katie, you didn't think that somebody would notice some shit. That's why somebody went back and told it. You're redoing your rooms for that little girl that you really don't want, don't care for, don't like, just want to spite Nina, and you knew the child wasn't coming back. So you got a bed to put in one of those rooms. Because it doesn't really make any sense to only have a 3-bedroom house, or allegedly maybe 4, one room over the garage. So that would be bedroom 4. So what were you getting ready to do with the bed? Because why am I going to get a mattress and don't put it in another bedroom? That makes no sense. Why store a mattress if you're not going to use it? Because that was your response. Oh, no, we ain't throwing no furniture out. No, that's not what we did. Somebody gave us a bed. Well, somebody gave you a bed because they thought you could use it. You didn't say, oh, we're storing it in the garage because they're moving and they don't have anywhere to take the bed. You said they gave it to us. So I'm assuming you asked for the mattress or they offered it because you needed it. So that means you talked about it with somebody. Hey, anybody got a mattress they don't need? We're going to be redoing some rooms around here. So I'm going to ask you, the room over the garage, does it have a bed or not? And was there a bed in there before Sebastian went missing? Twin, full, queen, king, what's in that room, sir? The room over the garage. Did you have bedroom furniture, a bed in that room before the boy went missing? Because if you got a mattress to redo any room, wouldn't you put the damn bed in there? Why would it still be sitting in your garage? And the fact that it's the timing of when the boy is already gone leads me to believe this has something to do with Sebastian. He's not coming back, and that means you know where he is. You're the reason he's gone, and he's not alive. That's my commentary. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for following this network. Welcome all new subs and chat members and new viewers. Please check out my last live stream pertaining to P. Diddy and the latest debacle pertaining to the investigation and the raid of his homes. Please check out my other content on Riley Strain. They're still talking about the belt, possible foul play. Is it foul play? Or the parents just can't accept the fact that he fell in the water somehow and it was an accident? What is the truth? Did the police in Nashville get it wrong? Did the medical examiners get it wrong? What will the toxicology reports reveal? And will they be satisfied when those reports are revealed? I do not think Sebastian is alive. I do believe the Proudfoots know exactly where he is and where he can be found, what would be left of him. And I believe they have told us the story of what the fuck was going on down there in Hendersonville, Tennessee. And the little things that I've laid out in this commentary are to me evident that they know exactly where he is. They are the reason for the season out and the culprits of his disappearance and demise. And I believe the police has an idea, and they do not have to tell us what they think and what they have gathered. But they know exactly what happened to him. And that's my take. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $sign began you want tonight. Cash apps, stickers, and chats are always welcome during the live stream. The next live stream will be pertaining to violent children. Children who act out and abuse their parents. We're going to take a deep dive into violence in children, where it comes from. Is it genetic? Abuse from parents? Is it autism? Disabilities, mental disabilities? And how can it be resolved? We're going to take a deep dive into children. and violence in the next live. Thank you for joining me. You have been listening to the Vault Excel. Thank you.